WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, X, and our website, www.wvtcdetroit.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users.
You are tuned in to WVTCDetroit.com to the Sandy Rose Show with your host, Sandy Rose. You will hear the finest in gospel music, insightful conversation, and guests that will enhance you. The Sandy Rose Show can be heard every Monday and Tuesday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Pacific, live on YouTube. So get your pencil, paper, and shouting shoes and get ready for today's broadcast. So listen, text a friend or tag a friend and tell them to listen too.
O Lord, my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds that thy hands have made, you stood somewhere behind the great, grand, and glorious hills of eternity. Rearranged your agenda for the creation of this vast universe. You reached down with your omnipotent hand unto the great abyss of nothingness and threw nothing out into nowhere, and nothing became something. What a world we live in. Look at this world. It's gigantic and it's grand. Mountain heights with scintillating views, valleys scooped out by eternal hands, rolling prairies, running brooks, rippling streams blessed with gold, silver, diamonds, and all kinds of precious minerals. My soul sings when I look and see how God splashed a multitude of stars kissing the heavens like diamonds sprinkled against black velvet and hanging like trapezes from the roof of God's gymnasium. You placed the moon and announced for the world to hear, this is the queen of the night, and she has never stopped shining. The oceans, whose depths have to be measured in miles. The sun has never run out of gas. The stars keep coming out to play. The seasons still march in splendid succession. My God is real. He is from everlasting to everlasting. He even looked around one day to see what he had created and said, that's good. And one day, when he brings everything to consummation and a glorious fruition, when he comes with a shout of acclamation to take me home, What joy shall fill my heart when he calls me. I will answer, and I will bow in humble adoration, and my soul will say, how great thou art. For I know I have a house of many mansions, eternal in the heavens, up where Jesus lives, up beyond the atmosphere, the stratosphere, the exosphere, the troposphere, up where I'll never grow old, up to the streets of gold, up beyond the vicissitudes of life. And I will honor him as King of Kings and Lord of Lords, and simply say to him that is able to keep you from falling and to present you faultless before the presence of his glory with exceeding joy, to the only wise God, our Savior, be glory and majesty, dominion and power, both now and forever and forever and forever. My God, how great thou art.
This crowd, there were 5,000 men, that's beside women and children. All of us know arithmetic of church. There's always more women in the crowd than men. So if there's 5,000 men beside women and children, we can be talking about a crowd in excess of 20,000 people following Jesus. When they arrived at Bethsaida, they'd already ministered the entire day. Now they're summoned back to service. So the sun went down, Jesus turned to Philip and said to Philip, where can we buy bread for so many people? Because Jesus was concerned about spiritual and physical needs. Philip doesn't answer the Lord directly, but he says to Jesus, I'm a no-nonsense person, Jesus. The math don't work here. I've checked the treasure out, and Judas has stole everything. I put my calculator to it, and we don't have enough money to even buy bread for such a massive multitude. But don't count Jesus out. See, the only reason Jesus asked the question in the first place was so that he could expand their spiritual understanding. I mean, they seen him turn water into wine at a wedding in Cana of Galilee. And if he could do that, he can do this. All they got to do is appropriate Jesus' power and his sufficiency. One writer said Jesus already knew what he was going to do. Jesus can handle your situation even when the calculator doesn't add up. I've seen God work in my own situation. When the calculator didn't add up, he added up. Isn't anybody here this morning that can testify that when you didn't have enough money and it looked like the bills were not going to be paid, Jesus stepped in. I wish I could holler like I wanted to. Jesus will step in when the calculator don't add it up. You got that many bills and the calculator is adding up a little bit less than what those bills are coming out to be. Jesus will step in. Don't let your calculator factor God out. Philip. Brother Deacon, Brother Chairman, Philip was kind of like from Kansas. He's from the show me state. Philip said, y'all gonna have to show me. Suba. Philip said, you got to show me these fellows from Kansas.
He died just for me. Yes, he did. Do you know that Jesus died? He sacrificed his life way back on Calvary. Jesus did it, my soul. Yes, he did. One day he made me whole. Hallelujah. So glad. Thank you, Jesus, for dying for me. Hallelujah. Oh,
All right, all right. What can I give to him who died? I'm going to give him my all. Everything I have, I'm going to give it to him. I will give it to him. That was our friend and brother, the late Quincy Fielding Jr. That song still sounds good. We love it, love it, love it. And we
Yes.
want to welcome everybody to today's episode of The Sandy Rose Show. And I am Sandy Rose, and you are?
I am Teresa Acton. Good to see everybody today.
All right. And it's good to be seen. Listen,
Yeah.
good to be seen. Good to be seen. And we want to just welcome everybody to the show today. And we have some wonderful, exciting guests. And you don't want to miss this. You just don't want to miss this. They are two beautiful young ladies. And we want to bring them on so that they can give their testimony and tell their story. And we'll move on. But we want to, I thought Richard was on here somewhere, but he's somewhere. God bless him.
He's probably making his way.
Yeah, he's pressing this way. He's walking through the crowd, trying to get through. So we are still praying for the Pollard family, Brother Basil Pollard, and all of Deborah's brothers and the whole family, the cousins, everybody. And then we're praying for the Detroit listening audience that were faithful listeners of WMXD, the mix on Sunday morning with her and Glenda Curry. And then for all the gospel community everywhere. Deborah had her hand in a whole lot of stuff. And there's a whole lot of people that are affected by her transition. And especially here in Detroit, we loved Deborah. She was a stalwart in the gospel community. When we wanted to get some credibility, we said, I'll call Dr. Pollard. And Dr. Pollard would come on out. So we just enjoy. We thank God for the years that we were able to work with her and learn so much. She invited us to speak at a conference. It was just the whole. She was an outstanding person, and her loss will. Her homegoing will be felt for many, 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 many years to come. But we love that family.
And I saw so many tributes, even so quickly after she had passed. So people, just a bunch of stuff that they would say, and I'm like, she must have really been very important to a lot of people. And I'm really sorry that the only thing I know about her, is, the fact that she was on the radio and what we've known here. But you all have had years with her.
Yeah.
And know exactly how much she has impacted the community. And so I'm just glad that I was able to at least know who she was, but clearly she was a very, very important individual. So
Yes,
we
yes.
do regret not knowing her
And
for that long.
Yeah, really for the announcers here in Detroit, it was her Reverend Mother. I mean, for many, many years, those were the two people basically that you called especially if you were in traditional. But I mean, she had a lot of nephews and nieces, and she announced everybody's concerts, all of that. So she will be missed by many, by many, by many. So we are again praying for the city of Detroit, and we are praying for all of those that are in music in Detroit. And like you said, there are a lot of tributes. And we watched the movie The Gospel. If we were looking for something from Detroit, she would be the one that they would call, and she would be on the films or whatever, and and we always knew she was going to represent us good, and whatever she had to say. And the last film with Dr. Gates, she was in that, the gospel, and one of the episodes maybe around six, I think it was a 5-parter maybe. And so she was around part 5, but she was on there. They thought enough to call her, to send her to New York for the taping. And they were blessed that she agreed to come, because they were the better for all of that. So we're so grateful that we have so much on film about her, that we can, continue to remember her for many, many years. We'll never forget her, and especially the work that she did with the Detroit Gospel Music Legacy Foundation. And
yeah, I'm just about to say, you're gonna forever hear her voice, because she is the voiceover for the promo.
Yes,
We'll always hear her voice.
yes, and I am just so glad that God allowed, it said, saying, get her to do that. Okay. And
Yes.
she did it, and we are happy about it. We are happy about it.
Sandy, I know we can't replace her, but now who's going to tell the story now?
Well, and it's just like in Job's story, each one of the servants kept coming back saying, I and I alone am here to tell the story. So as long as I live, I'm going to tell it.
All right.
Yeah. As long as I live, I will tell the story. Yep, I will definitely tell the story. And there are so many others out here that will tell the story. They've got so much to say, because it's not like it's one pocket here. They're all over.
Right.
Right. And so each person has to tell their story. They got to tell their story. So we're glad that we are living in the time that we are living in. And it is just great, just great. Yes, thank you, Roosevelt, and thank you, Sharon. Yes, it is. It's a bit, and she did it. She just did it. All right. As a matter of fact, we'll play it today. And what got me was last Sunday, I hadn't played the commercial in a while, and I was looking around for stuff. And I was like, oh, wow, I can't find anything. Let me put on something fast. And I hit the commercial and played it. And then it wasn't long after that we found out that she had gone from labor to reward. But we're glad that God does have a reward for us, each and every one of us that believe. He is no respecter of person. And we just bless God for all of that.
Yes.
All of that. Yeah. Amen. So how was your weekend, sir?
Oh, I told you I had a great weekend with Blinky.
Yeah.
And just so happened I went to see a screening of a movie and it's the birth of the black underworld. It's a gangster movie, and I'm sure what our guest is doing is the same thing that they were doing, trying, even though they was doing something that was wrong, they were trying to help the community
Yeah, yeah,
and better our people.
yeah.
So the
You do
theme
what
is
you know to
there.
do, you know? You do
I'm
what you know to do.
right, right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Help each
So,
other.
yeah. And do you happen to have the bio, or does Teresa have?
Yes, I have the bio.
All
Did you
right.
want me to read the bio, Sister
Read,
Sandy?
read the bio.
You know, I will read this bio. I tell you, I was impressed with this young lady. I have a story I want to tell her and see if that relates to her. But it is so great to have this young lady with us today. We'll say she's a walking miracle.
Yeah.
Her name is DelRhonda Denise Hood, better known as Big 50. She is a former Detroit drug queenpin. I never heard of queenpin. I heard the kingpin.
Well, she had it.
Oh, who transformed her life from a notorious street legend to a community activist and author. She was born on October 28th, 1965 in Detroit, Michigan to Joanne and Willie Hood. Growing up in Detroit ghettos, she navigated extreme hardships, including sexual abuse. She eventually built a massive drug empire, becoming one of the city's most notorious and wealthy women. Her street life was marked by extreme danger. She has survived 5 deaths attempts, 3 kidnappings, and 10 robberies. After serving prison time, Hood pivoted to a life of purpose. She founded the Godmother's Torch, a 501c nonprofit that supports disenfranchised families, provides mentorship for Detroit's youth, and assists women re-entering society after incarceration. That's giving back to the community.
Yeah.
Her organization hosts initiatives like Empower Him, a leadership and mental wellness program for boys aged 13 to 17. Her life was dramatized in the 2021 BET original film American Gangster presents Big 50, the DelRhonda Hood story starring Remy Ma. She has written books, a Hood Tale, Beyond BET, and she has a long list of things. I'm not going to read everything, Sandy. We can ask her some questions and maybe she'll discuss this. But her final statement is, I feel really, really good because I don't have to be looking out my window all the damn time having these crazy cops dreams, she says. People don't understand when you're involved in that. They see you looking good, but they don't know you're always looking around to see if somebody's following you. Oh my God. So let's give a good God bless you to Sister DelRhonda Denise Hood.
All right. All right. And I found her one day on the TV. And my stepmother called me up and she saw it was a story about Detroit. And I don't know if you all have seen the movie, but saw it was a story about Detroit. And she said, well, do you know her? And after I watched the movie, it was very, very interesting. That's what I'm going to say, and that's why she is on the show today, because that story was very, very interesting, and it's not something that was done in a vacuum. It was a whole community. So we want to just discuss this. So right now, what we're going to do, we've got two things going on. We're going to play a song, and this song is going to be, is brand new for Professor Craig Hayes. And this is Clap Your Hands. And then we're going to play the trailer for the movie so that you all can get a chance to see who Big 50 is. All right.
All right.
That's what we're going to do. We'll be right back, and sitting right here next to me is going to be DelRhonda Hood. We'll be right back after.
All right.
You man, put your hands together. Let's just have a little church up in here, up in here, up in here. Woo, my God.
I don't know what you come to do. 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 I come. So my people. I come. And I come to praise the Lord. Oh, don't know what you come to do. I don't know what you come to do. I really don't know what you come to do. I don't know what you come to do. Oh, I come. Oh, I come. I come. And I'm not ashamed to praise. Yes. Oh, my God. When I think about it, give it glory. Yes! Hallelujah! Oh my God! Yeah! I don't know about you, but I come to clap my hands. I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ, 'cause I know it's the power of God unto salvation to everyone that believe in Jesus. You ought to clap because He's been good to you. You ought to bless Him because He's been kind to you. You ought to give Him glory because He made a way for you. Hey! Come on, y'all. Come on! I just give Him glory. Yeah! Come on, my brother. Come on, my sister. Come on, let's bless Him. Go ahead and get your praise on. Go ahead and get your dance on. I'm dancing right now because He's been that good. He made a way out of no way. He healed my body. He saved my soul. I got a reason to clap. I got a reason to clap.
Lord have mercy. Clap your hands, y'all. My God. Woo. Feels like church in here. Feels like church in here. My God.
He's been good to us. Matter of fact, He's been better to us than we've been our own self. We're on a lot of mind. Blessed is His name.
All right. And we're going to play this trailer that I said we were going to play. So we'll be right back after this.
Surviving the streets was not an easy task, especially when you're a woman.
Are you looking at my breasts?
Because they big.
Typical male response.
What is those, like 38?
50s.
I'm going to call you Big 50.
I don't give a damn what you call me. Just call me when you want to make some money.
Respect and fear is everything in this business. And if you're going to shoot, you shoot to kill.
You're a whore and a thief. I'm a black woman running in the man's game, doing the exact same thing. The only thing you can see is a hoe.
What can I help you with?
I would like this.
That's very expensive.
We'll take it out of that. and that.
Ricky.
Big 50.
Slim's girl.
Business associates.
Maybe we can become associates as well.
So this is business?
Only if you're not interested.
I didn't say that.
Well, I'll see you around, friend.
Okay, friend.
From sun up to sundown.
Get on the floor! Get on the floor!
How I'ma make 100 there, turn it to 100 mil, magically appear in my bank account.
I'll beat your little ass. I'm not the one.
Let's go.
I'm out here in these streets making things happen so I can give Rodney everything he wants.
You just don't get it.
Mama, you think that you can purchase love? Why you spent 0 time with me?
I survived the streets of Detroit, but not everyone was as lucky as me.
This is where they rob people at.
They do be robbing folks. They be robbing folks, not Big 50, okay? I am good in the hood.
Let's go, bitch. Give me that jewelry. Give me that money right now.
Right, and we are here with our guest today, none other than DelRhonda Hood, and we've got Tamara Reason, and we are just happy to be here today. Amen.
Yes, yes.
Amen.
So now we saw the trailer for the movie.
Yes.
How true was it?
It was all the way true.
Really?
Yes.
Really? So how did they get that information? Did they come to you? Did they study you? Did they?
Well, what happened was I did American Gangsters Trap Queens first. I sat down with Judge Mathis and me and some of the girls to see who was fit for Trap Queens. And it narrowed down to 2 people, me and a young lady by the name of Fauna Burtz. And when it got to LA studios, they were going back and forth on the board, like, who do we go with? And they end up saying we like Big 50. And not that they didn't like her, but they just, she's younger than me, so I guess they thought maybe I had a lot more to talk about and a lot more that was going on in my life during that time. So that's what came about. They decided to say we'll go with DelRhonda Big 50 Hood.
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, my stepmother called and she was like, "Girl, you know these people? They live, because we know everybody that live in Detroit. Right. You know what I'm saying? People outside Detroit think we know every single person. Right. So she was like, "You know her?" And I was like, "No," but I ended up watching the movie and I was just so intrigued by the movie. She did a wonderful job. And that's what I said. I just wanted to know how much of it was true.
Yeah, it was based on a true story and all of it was basically true. Yeah.
So at the end of the movie, we found out, I don't want to give too much away just in case the people have not seen the movie. Okay. Trust me, go watch it. But you ended up doing time.
Yeah.
So how much time did you do?
Well, I did a couple of times. I end up going, my first bit, I ended up going to jail for fraud. I had fraud, and me and a friend of mine, a best friend of mine, we did some income tax fraud, which landed us with probation, basically. She didn't play by the rules, so she had to go to jail. She didn't want to, her father had passed, so she didn't really want to play by the rules, so she ended up going to jail. So I ended up having teller on my leg and probation like 3 years after I did the teller. And after that, I ended up getting time in federal prison, and that was a drug conviction then. And that was 3 years over there. Then I came home, and you wouldn't even believe, been home all those years. Came home, I think it was 2007 or 8, and ended up going to school for Irene's myomassageologist that's over here. Yeah. So I went to Irene's, and I finished that program over there because I wanted to do massages and just really learn the body, the anatomy of the body. And when I finished that, I end up going back to jail in 2000. I got convicted, and I think 2011, and end up going to jail in 2013 for a gun and drugs, which the drugs even got dropped, and they just gave me the gun charge, and I had to do mandatory 2 years in the state. So that's how my life ended up. And I don't know how they become that I was a fourth habitual. The federal agents did it the way they wanted to do. So they gave me a conviction of a fourth habitual. So I can't spit on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
So I decided I wanted to do something different with my life after that.
Yeah. Now, I think I read something that, were you in prison with Martha?
Oh, Martha Stewart, yes.
Did she teach you how to bake cookies?
Well, you know what happened when Martha got there. You know, I seen everybody lined up. You know, we was in camp, so they call it Camp Cupcake.
Yeah.
So we was lined. Everybody was lined up, and I was like, "What they lining up for? They giving away something?" But they was lining up because Martha Stewart was coming in, and they wanted to hand her gifts with shower shoes and shower gels and deodorant and hair wash, and you know they wanted to give her all kinds of gifts. Well, I said, dang, they ain't do that for me.
Right. With my shower gel.
Right. So I was like, what, y'all lining up for who? They said Martha Stewart here. I'm like, dang, okay. I said, I like to cook too. Maybe we will get together and show something. So anyway, me and her was in different colleges, but right next to each other. I think I was in college 18. She was in college 17. And they had, at the time, you know, Camp Cupcake had a dentist program. They had the fire department program. And they had cosmetologists. You can get in anything you want if you had long time. But at the time, I didn't have real long time, so I couldn't get in any of those programs. So I had friends that had time, long time. So she would go over there and get her hair washed by my girlfriend, Natalie. And she loved for Natalie to do her hair. So we started walking with Martha, and I started telling her, girl, I'm going to be your body. I'm going to be your bodyguard. She was like, oh, you kidding? I said, no, because they might beat you up in here. She was like, I'm not scared of nobody in here. I'm like, Martha, you not scared? She wasn't scared. So we got to walking one day, and these little things be on the ground. I didn't know what they were called, little red things. They kind of looked like, I can't call the name of these little things.
Like ladybugs or something?
No, they were like beets. You know how beets, the little things, you see them in the store, and we'll kick them because they be riding all the bugs that be on them. She was like, no, those are crab apples. We did not know they were crab apples.
Martha was in there teaching.
Yeah, she said, they crab apples. And she grabbed them up, she get a little bag, and she grabbed them up, take them in there, wash them. And she came back, and she had made some kind of jelly or some kind of pie or something. I can't remember. I couldn't even see it. I told my girlfriend, Natalie, this lady has lost her mind. She was like, no, we got to taste it. I ain't gonna lie, it was good. We didn't care what came off the ground. We know she was gonna fix it up and it was gonna be good. And she was cool. So we ended up one day going into the restaurant. And then she was coming around people and asking them questions like, what you in here for? What you in here for? We saying, Martha, you don't ask them questions asking these people what they in here for. What you in here for? That's what I asked her. She's like, oh, you know, I said like that. Oh, you know what I'm in here for. You know, we ain't finna tell you and go off into that because now you acting like you the police. You got the dark glasses on and she walked through, chest stuck out and asking everybody what they in there for. But what she was doing is really trying to get to know people because she didn't know if she was going to do a book or a cookbook. Because I always wanted to do the cookbook because I was one of the best cooks in there in the prison for the girls, making fried rice with Coca-Cola, you know.
You learned different things.
I learned different things. I learned how to do everything. I even made a ceramic bowl. I took ceramics because I know I could put that in the microwave and put oil in there. And they'd be like, where you get the oil from? Well, it's contraband. People bring it to me from the kitchen, and I put it in the microwave, and they bring me chicken and flour, and I fry. And then you believe it or not, the guards used to eat from me all the time. They be like, 50. I'm like, huh? They was like, I know that's you. I said, why you say that? They say, because you make it smell like home. That's what I like, you know. So,
Wow.
it was pretty cool. Martha was a good cook. Martha did holy culture. They kept her a lot in holy culture with the flowers.
Oh, with the flowers.
Yeah. She didn't do too much kitchen stuff. She did more of holy culture.
She was making the table arrangements.
Yeah, and then it was around Christmas time. So the girls get real creative around Christmas. So we was like, we gonna win. So this is the first time we were introduced to flat iron. We never knew anything about flat irons. They said, we're gonna get, I'm like, what's that? It straightens your hair. And if our college win, we get to get those. So Martha and them got together. We had a good skit, but Martha and them tore it up. They won. They won. So Martha ended up, I left before Martha. Martha was still there, getting her hair did. I remember her taking more to Hernandez. Hernandez was a girl that used to make our crochet and all our footballs and blankets to send home to our kids, grandkids, whatever. So she looked towards more with Hernandez. And we was like, dang, why you met more Hernandez friends than ours? But we didn't care about it. We end up going to the kitchen one day, and she asked me, how do you take contraband out? I said,
what you say? Girl, don't ask me.
I said, no. I said, put it in your titty. She said, what's a titty? I said, oh, Martha, come on. She said, you mean breasts? I said, yeah. She did it right in front of the guards and got caught. So they took her down to the sergeant's office. When they get her down to the sergeant, they let her right out, though. So we was trying to take pictures. We're going to take these pictures home. We're going to send them home because we finna sell these pictures. It never made it home. They said we couldn't send them home.
Yeah.
But she was cool. She ended up getting into it with a young lady from D.C. You know, D.C. girls, they kind of rough. They like Detroit. They rough. So she got into it with a girl we know named Barney. And Martha didn't back down. Martha was finna fight Barney. She wasn't scared.
That's how you got to go in there. That's how you got to go in.
She wasn't scared. They taught her well.
So we've got one of the comments. They said Big 50 is little.
Oh, yeah.
That tells you a whole lot.
They paying attention.
For you to run the street like you did, and for you not to be a big woman, you know, that said a whole lot about your personality.
Well, what it is I was heavier then. So
yeah,
they looking, I think what it is now, they saying that because they know I lost weight. Because at first my chest was out here, and a lot of people ask me, did I have a breast reduction? No, when I lost weight, I lost these.
That goes.
So I think they saying she's little is because I ain't never been tall. I'm always been my size, 5'6" or something like that.
Yeah, but you know, you think that somebody that has
the name
accomplished,
Big 50,
done what you've done in the street, you would be a big person.
A big person, yeah.
You know.
No, I mean, I always tell people, I'm more of a leader. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stand my ground, no matter what. If someone bigger than me, smaller than me, or whatever, I've always been a leader, so I'm always gonna stand my ground. So the name Big 50 came from my friends saying Big 50 because of my chest. So people kind of take it, oh, she's supposed to be a big woman. I was heavier then, you know, close to like 300 pounds. And then I lost, I'm thinking like 186 now. So, and then they look at me now like, she's little 50. You know?
Yeah, but still, you would have been round 50.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But now, how did you get into that life? You know, because we've got so many people that are watching and they might have kids or grandkids. How did you get into that life?
Well, like I said, it doesn't take a rocket science, and you don't need to have no certain kind of math to do this. It's just that I think coming up on the streets of Detroit, Michigan, east side of Detroit, you start seeing people having things, and then your family at the time, your parents really can't afford the things you see people with. And I used to always see a friend, but she wasn't a friend. She was just an older lady that I always admired. And I always talk about her, Gloria Cali. Gloria Cali was a functional addict. When I say functional addict, she drove all kinds of nice Cadillacs and all cars, and she dressed up really pretty in her afro. She was a really pretty woman. She had her thigh boots. She keep nice purse. She's always was together. And I used to be walking down the street and be standing there talking to her, Gloria, I want to be just like you. She be grabbing my hand. No, baby, you don't want to be like me. And I'm like, shoot, why not? You getting all this stuff, you know? But she was like, and we, as I started growing older, she started saying, well, I have a drug problem and I'm just a functional addict and I have to do what I have to do to maintain. And she was a dealer. Not that she showed me how to be a dealer. She didn't ever want me to be her. But I just admired the things that she was having and who she was till when I started growing up and getting older and running into different people in the streets. And I said, this is, I wanted more things. So I figured like when I got to the west side of Detroit, I started running into some people. I'm growing up and I always wanted to, I just started dealing. It wasn't hard. And nobody just said, you have to do this. I got with a friend of mine's and I said, this is what I want to do. He tried to show me different things and I did it. I took off from there. It's just, I'm not happy about it. It's something I did because I wanted material things, And then later on in life, me and Tamir became friends, and the saga kept going. She ended up going to prison. You went to prison after me, right? It was the first time, was it? Huh?
I went to prison after you the first time.
Yeah, and then I came home, and she was on her way. She was on her way to prison. And was it? No, we was in there together.
I had left in 2009. You left in 2013.
Oh, that's the other time. Okay, so that's when I did the state prison time. See what I'm saying? I can't even keep up with the prison time. So yeah, I end up going to state prison too, also.
So while you were there, what made you say? Because it wasn't the 4 strikes that got you. It was something else. What made you say, I'm not coming back. I'm done.
I'm gonna tell you this. What really made me say this was it, because I thought that federal prison was a walk in the park because I was younger then. Then coming home, being home for so many years, and I went to that state prison. It was so different. It was so hard. People would just seem like the state didn't take care of you. They didn't take you to hospitals. I got sick. I had psychosis. And it was times where I went to the desk, to the officer, and throw up blood because they had me on blood thinners. And then they would put me on too high, and I'll bleed out of everywhere. That's a hole. And the lady would be like, oh, my God, and call over there to the, oh, well, she having a heart attack? They said, no, send her back to her room. So it was a time where I had friends that worked there in the prison. They were COs. They would come and get me and take me in a wheelchair and wheel me over there. They're going to make them take me and see me, So state prison was horrible to me. And it's horrible now because I get so many women calling me from Huron Valley. I have a friend there, Crystal Clark.
Yeah, you know what? I saw a story about Crystal.
Yep, Crystal called me all the time, and J Love advocate for her. I advocate for her and been doing it for years. Crystal called me, and she's reaching out to the governor. She got, if you look at her now, she got mold growing in her ear so big, and I have it. I have pictures of mold coming out her ears, and her lips, her face is totally different from when I was in there. She's saying she knows she had a stroke, but they said she didn't. They're not going to do anything for you for the state. So they figure like we pay her money, so they don't want to get involved. But Gretchen can do something about it. Gretchen can really say, hey, she got 2 more years in prison. She's been there 10 years. Gretchen can say, let this woman out. But they don't want to let her out because they feel we gave her money. And if we let her out, that's kind of doing too much. Well, she would rather not have the money, and she would rather come home to live because she's not doing well in there at all. She's not doing well at all.
So what is the recidivism rate? Meaning, you know, like once people come out, they go back. So you went back. How many times did you said one time I'm out?
I ain't go back.
Okay, so why did you not go back?
My children, when they used to have to come visit me, and I had just had a new baby, and my son was 18 months when I left, and his first visit was so heartbreaking. I was like, oh, when I get done with this, I'm finished. I'm done. I'm gonna figure this shit out. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm not going back.
So how was it heartbreaking? I mean, when
he came to visit me, and it was time for him to go. And he know that all he knew this was mommy's house.
Yes.
So he said, no, I'm gonna stay here with you, mommy. I'm like, He's like, no, I want to go to your room, mommy. I want to see what your room like. So that's the day that was heartbreaking for me. And that was the day I'm like, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
When I finish this bit, I'm coming home and I'm done.
So how was it when you got home? Was the temptation there just to go back and do what I know to do? That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, absolutely. It was right there in my face.
What you do? 10? You're 10. It was 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The temptation was right there. When I came home, the people that I used to hang out with before I went were still doing the exact same thing. Same thing. That's how I was going.
Oh, people, places, and things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the temptation was there, but I thought I think about that day, and do I want to put my children in that situation again? Absolutely not. No. I want to put.
So how did you find your way? And you know what? We're gonna go on a break, but I want you to think about how did you all find your way? Because again, the temptation was right there. That's what you knew. That's, I mean, for 30 years, this is what I've been doing.
Yeah.
So how did you get out of doing what I've been doing? We'll talk about that when we come back from the break. Okay. So get somebody else on the line. We're talking, and this is a candid conversation with DelRhonda Hood and Tamara Reason. And we're going to continue this conversation. Yeah. So come on back with us. We'll be back after the break.
Okay. Come on, can you put your hands together like this for me? Here we go. Sing Just Another Day. Just another day. I woke up to give you thanks. It says because you've always made a way, and you are the reason for the smile on my face. Come on, sing Just Another Day. I am here because of grace, and it's your love I can't escape. Why? Because it's never let me down. Come on, anybody know it's never let you down? Come on, sing it again. His love will never let you down. Come on, let's put it together. Sing, come on and celebrate. He's got the name that's above every name, and that name is Jesus. That's why we celebrate him, y'all. Sing and give. Come on, let's do the next verse. It says just another. You've opened up my eyes to why I am alive. And it says, oh God, you are my joy. Hey. Come on, raise it up and say, and come on in. Hey, the name above. Anybody know that name is Jesus? And that's why we to celebrate him. Sing and give. Come on, let's sing it again. Sing, come on in. He's got the name that will never change. And at the name of Jesus, every knee will bow. That's why we celebrate him and give him praise. Y'all mind if we go back to testimony service? Come on. Hey, we come up for no other reason but to rejoice and be glad in it. Come on, I know you know this one. Oh. And we come to rejoice and be glad in it. Let's sing it again. Oh. It's a day that he has made, and we will rejoice and be glad. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's go. Let's go. Come on, can y'all help me welcome Mr. Jerome Wheeler?
Let everything that has breath praise the Lord, praise the Lord. Oh, let everything that has breath praise the Lord, praise the Lord. Help me sing it. Let everything that has praise him, praise the Lord. Come on, praise the Lord. The praise of his people. Let everything that yes, he does. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. In my feet, I clap it in my hands. I gotta lift his name. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord, you servants of the Lord. Ladies, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Everything that I breathe, everything that has God. Praise the Lord. From the rising of the sun, the setting of the same, is worthy of praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Let my body go to speed. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Oh, let everything that has breath, let go. For your name, let the Savior of God. Let everything praise the Lord. The Savior of He's worthy. One more time, let's praise. Everything that has breath, praise the Lord. Let me say it. Clap your hands, let everything. Let everything that has praise. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. In the morning, praise the Lord. In the noonday, praise the Lord. Praise him. Praise the Lord. Praise him. Praise the Lord. Forever. Come on and celebrate the name above every name. Come on and celebrate and give him praise. Yeah. Make some noise. Somehow, Lord, I've got to make
Detroit, the birthplace of soul, the heartbeat of gospel music. But our gospel music legacy is at risk of fading into obscurity. The Detroit Gospel Music Legacy Foundation is on a mission to preserve our history, to ensure that the voices of our pastors, the harmonies of our choirs, quartets, and soloists live on for generations to come. But we can't do it alone. We need your help. If you have Detroit church archives, obituaries, concert souvenir booklets, gospel LPs, radio shows, cassettes, or sheet music, don't let them vanish. We'll digitize and preserve these treasures at no cost to you, and we'll return them to you, keeping our promise to honor our history. Reach out to us at DetroitGospelMusicLegacy@gmail.com and start your donation process. Together, let's ensure that the soul of Detroit lives on. Donate your gently used items to the Detroit Gospel Music Legacy Foundation today.
right, all right. And we're back, and that was the voice of none other than the legendary Dr. Deborah Smith Pollard. She was a professor emeritus at the University of Michigan, and she was our friend. And that was her voice, and she had one of the best voices in radio. So we bless her spirit and send her family love and support. And we are here with none other than DelRhonda Hood and also Tamara Reason, and they're talking about the Godmother's Touch and the movie and their life stories. They have a very, very interesting life story. But I was thinking about something earlier, and I said, no, I'm not going to say it. And then Bishop Mitchell came on right before us, and I had wrote it on the paper. And when he said it, that was like, no, I got to say it. Yeah. There was a story in the Bible about a guy. He was one of the disciples, and his name was Thomas. And Bishop Mitchell talked about Thomas. And he went on after the death of Jesus and brought Christianity to India, all of that. But you know what people remember him by? They call him Doubting Thomas, because one time when Jesus came, when he saw him, he said, I don't believe, I'm gonna have to see it. One act, and people remember him for that one act. Everything else he's done, but they remember him for the one act, and they call him Doubting Thomas. And I mean, we've all heard the phrase, the expression Doubting Thomas. And just like even with Big 50, that's who you were. That's one thing. That's just one thing about you. Yeah, you're DelRhonda.
I'm DelRhonda Hood. Yes, I am.
You know, yeah. and we can't identify people by one thing.
That's right.
You know, and even this Jesus been dead 2,000 years, and we still calling that man Doubting Thomas. He only doubted one time. It wasn't like he was walking down the street and just doubted every time you saw him. Right. He did it one time, and we still labeled him. Yeah, we put a label on.
Yeah, that's the labels.
You know, and we have to be careful about the labels that people stick on us and the labels that we walk around with. That's know, because just one thing, you can't be known by just one thing. No, because you're bigger than that. Yes. You know, so you know, at your peak, you were one of the most feared and respected figures in Detroit. What was going through your mind during that season?
Well,
and I mean, they were scared of you.
Well,
for real,
I think the fear came in is because of the people I associated myself with, and then the name. The name sounds
menacing.
Yeah. You know, but most of the time, if people sat down and talked to me, they be like, we love 50. She's a teddy bear. You know, we love 50. For the people that didn't know me, and I'm in the street running in the men's game, I had to show some aggression.
Yes.
You know, I had to show them that I'm not playing. And I wasn't playing because I had to take care of my children. I had to protect them. So, and then I had other people's children that would be over to my home, and they just knew that 50 would protect our children. So, you know, that was just the name, and that name feared people sometimes. But for most of all, people that knew me and loved me, they knew that name was just the name to them because they knew who I was as a person. People that didn't know me, yeah, they would fear the name.
Yeah.
I had to run in that man's game. So, yeah, I will put some fear because in that game, people kind of will take advantage if they think that, oh, this woman, she's in this man's game and she's soft. No, I'm not soft. I wasn't soft then, and I'm not soft now. I'm just in my soft girl era, is what we call.
Yeah,
you know?
And you know, but you talked about too. I'm tired of looking over my shoulder.
Yeah.
You know what? The whole time you were in the game, how much money? You had a lot of money come through your hands.
I've been a millionaire a couple times. It's
Okay.
just $1 million is really nothing when you're in the street. You spend it so fast.
Yeah.
And you sit back and think, dang, I went through that money, and you trying to figure out how can I get it again? Now I got to do something extra. I want this other million. So making millions of dollars and you in that game is not easy because guess what? You lose it all back.
It's like putting it in a bag of holes.
It's now that I know I'm working hard for my money, I'm always on my account looking at, oh Lord, I done got down to this. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm counting my money now. Before I wasn't counting my money. I was spending my money. People were taking my money. You know, I didn't even know half the time I was getting money stole from me. Until I go back until my stacks got low. And I said, oh, they've been stealing from me. You know, so I never really cared about that until until things start changing in my life. And I'm really conscious about my money now in that sort of situation. And being in and out in prison, you don't care because you figuring you're going to come home and you're going to make more. But doing that last time in that prison, when I caught Mercer, that was bad.
You know, because a lot of people. Go ahead.
Give me ask. Get in there real quick before you start. We see on TV, and they say when you got, live this kind of life, they're like, you don't ever leave this kind of life. You know what I'm saying? And that's on television. But is that really true in real life, and how did you get out? And, and be safe.
Well, for me, it's not always that you can't get out. A lot of people say you can't get out. I didn't have to look up to nobody. When I was in those streets, I didn't have nobody telling me you're going to stay in these streets and you're going to do what I say because I was my own boss. So I was able to say I dealt with other people. Like say, for instance, we ate off the plate together, but you were never my boss. You know what I'm saying? So I can say, it's time to get out. After I did this last prison bid, and caught Mercer in that prison. Okay. When I seen that my health was failing, when nobody taking care of me, not the officers, and then we calling the ombudsman, we calling around to different, the governors and stuff back then. Nobody was listening. Nobody cared. So I knew then had to take care of myself in there. That Mercer, I could have died. They didn't take me to the hospital. I had Mercer. They took me to the infirmary. And the infirmary is women over there, 70, 80 years, 90 years old, that's just laying there. The smell was bad. Nobody was taking care of them. They look for the COs to take care of the women that's sick. And they got a job to do is to go around a prison and take care of the women in prison. They didn't hire staff, nurses and doctors and stuff to really come in and oversee those people. So being in there, I was bit by a spider in there that gave me Mercer. Okay. I remember them numbing my leg, cutting my leg open, greenish stuff and blood and just stuff coming out my leg like it was like a blob. And I said, well, I have to go to the hospital. My leg could be cut off. No, you're not going to the hospital. You're going to the infirmary. People didn't even want to come in. Well, they didn't have nothing but the COs. I said, anybody, please, somebody come in here and help me change my bandage. Help me. I was sweating so crazy. They were like, no, you got to hop up and get your pills from in front of the door. So I would open the door, my pills would be in this little cup on the floor. So I was kind of taking care of myself in there. And that's when I knew I got to grab this Bible. I might not even make it home. I might not make it, so, and I knew then, that's when I knew I'm not coming back. I'm not never coming back.
A lot of people glamorize that lifestyle.
Yeah.
What is the truth that they don't know?
Cool. It's rough. Since I've been home, I sleep better at night.
Okay.
Yes. That's first and foremost. I sleep better at night. I don't have to look over my shoulder when I drive. I ain't got a rat looking through the rearview mirrors. Yes.
Because I swear we used all three mirrors when we was in those streets.
Yes.
And me, I'm such a night person. I always thought that if I go out at night, they're not gonna see me. I'm riding dirty at night. Turning to the side, they're not gonna catch me in the nighttime. I didn't like to do business in the day. that was just that mentality you had. If I'm sneaking, so that's sneaking. You know, you're sneaking.
Sneaking.
Yeah, and that sneaking ain't no good because you still get caught. You still get caught.
Yeah.
And I don't want to glamorize. I'm not gonna say I never glamorized that life, but I felt big at one time where yeah, I got more money than him or her over there. They can't tell me nothing.
Well, I mean, you know, the one scene in the movie where you went to one of the high-end stores and the lady did not want to help you and you just
yeah, because that's a
had
true
to-
story. That was
yeah.
Jacobson's. I love Jacobson's out in Birmingham. And Nita Baker was always there. So when I'm there and I got my own big time money and they always come running to me, but when that Nita Baker walked in that door, oh, they treated me so bad and I would go crazy. I ended up telling Nita Baker off one day. And I did. And I told her off. I said, well, why y'all keep going to her? She owe everybody. Y'all keep talking about her credit and what she owe. And I said, I ain't never owed nobody nothing. Y'all not going, y'all, I said, so keep running on Anita Baker. And Anita Baker and her crew just end up, you know, leaving out the door. But yeah, that was a true story. And then they was like, well, you can't afford this. It might have been a tweed. Back in the day, we liked the tweed Chanel jackets and suits, and we liked the St. John. That stuff was very expensive. We liked the Movado watches. I can remember all the stuff I used to buy back then. And then this is very expensive. What? Take it out of this. Take it out of that. Here's that. Here's that. You know, throwing your money around, not knowing that really we were being a fool because we're throwing our money in the air and we're giving our money to these stores and clothes get old and shoes wear out.
Okay, bottom line. And, you know, and still the streets are glamorized.
They glamorized, yeah.
You know, it's glamorized. The more I do, the more I can get money, the more I can go and buy these things.
You get the people now, they so into everything and they all driving, they throwing their purses up in the air. Chanel don't even like us to wear their stuff. And I remember when we had Chanel bags back then, they told us they was the old lady bags. So when the rappers rapped about it, Jeezy said he brought his woman a Chanel bag. Everybody, oh, now the young girls, they got Chanel bags. They just go crazy. Now Chanel done went up so high. A bag that we have maybe back then might have been 10,000. They're like 22,000 now. It's sky high.
And
I'm not buying anymore.
How are they going to get the money to get this?
Exactly. Yeah,
They got to do something.
They got to do something. They got to do
something. Hit a lick. They got to do something. They got to do illegal stuff. And now they going with Birkin bags and everybody. Oh, I got me a Birkin bag. Everybody you see out here with a Birkin bag, and I'm gonna tell you right now, they are not real. Because Birkin, you have to make appointments to go in to sit with them. You got to be on the list, like you said. And it's all right to carry a bag that's not a Birkin and it looks like a Birkin and it's fake. Okay, it's all right, ladies, to carry that. It's okay. Nobody, we're not over here. We're not the purse inspectors.
Yes, we're not. I'm not looking at your purse. I'm not judging your purse. I done been there and done that. And right now, I'm just trying to build entrepreneurship and keep trying to build my business.
We might have a $22,000 purse and we don't have a mortgage.
Right. And guess what? I got all those bags and they are old bags. And I still got my good old bags. And I'm not buying nothing today in 2026, 27, or 28. They can have it. Yeah. I'm building wealth. You know, I buy gold, silver now. I feel good with that because I can build generational wealth. You know, I'm opening up an AFC home. We got the girls and program and the young men program now that we're running with the Godmother's Touch. It's just this God been blessing me, doing great things for me. And I used to always say, God leaving me out. He don't want to do nothing for me. I'm always talking crazy. But I just say he may not come when you want him, but he's right on time.
Right on time. Right on time. So what was one of the hardest things to change when you got back? What was it was like, oh, this right here.
It was so hard because when I left my kids in a home that was a nice large amount home in the suburbs in Plymouth Township, my sister had told me, let your kids move into your rental property in the Detroit neighborhood and put your cars up. I'll save them for you. Just get them a little car to get around. Me, I'm so dumb. I found it at the time. I don't want to take them out their environment. I don't want to move them to the neighborhood. I'm like, they've been in the neighborhood before. What am I thinking? I'm from the east side of Detroit. We ain't never had. What am I thinking? I had a home on the west side of Detroit that I've been here since 2010. My kids could have moved in there, nice home, and I just figured like this, I'm not taking them out their environment. So I left my sister with like $300,000, okay, to take care they school. If they wanted to go, they had both of them just graduated like a year apart. I couldn't go to my daughter's graduation because they made me go to jail on her graduation, on her prom day. So that was just something they were picking at me for, and I end up leaving 2 cars with them, a Lexus, a car, and another convertible, and a big house. And my sister got the money and take care of the bills for them and help them with this. Well, it was just like turning the White House black because the grass grew up to here. The people wanted to, where's the parents at over there? They was having parties every day. And it was a mess. It was a mess. It was a mess. When I came home, everything was broken in the house. They were none but 18 and 19, something like that. And I left this housewarming and let them fend like that, kind of for themselves. My sister did what she can, but then I remember calling home from prison and she's saying, I used all the money up these last few years, paying all the bills, paying your car notes, making sure the kids have, and now your money is gone. I'm going into my money. And you got to pay me
You
back.
owe me.
Yeah, I owe her. And I did. I owed her. So that was just so simple of me when I could have moved out that house, put my cars up, bought them 2 little $5,000 cars a piece and put them in that house, that rental property, 2 doors down from my sister. They could have been overseas that way. It was just the greed. It's the greed. And I'm not ashamed to say it was just the greed in me. Mm-hmm. And then want nobody be like, ooh, girl, she had to leave her house and her kids had to move to the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? Yeah. That's simple.
Yeah, we concerned about the wrong things.
Yeah, the wrong things. And that's the way my mindset was during that time.
Is that some of the catalyst that you wanted to take so you can found the grandmother's, the godmother's touch? Because you said your kids were like kind of ran amok. And these kids you're trying to keep them on the straight and the narrow.
Yeah, we're trying to keep them on the straight and narrow.
So what is the godmother's touch?
Well, the godmother's touch, Tamir, you explain to them really good because she's really good with it because she's the secretary and she's also my grandson's mother. So.
You have to watch the movie.
Yes, she's in the movie.
Yes, she's in the movie. Yeah.
The godmother's touch is about restoring families, empowering women, restoring families, uplifting the youth, community relations, leadership, mentorship. And we keep it Christian based too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We do keep it Christian based too. Yes.
Yeah.
So you trying to keep these kids from doing what you did.
Absolutely.
And this is what you really want to kind of put your money with because you all will reach people that we never would.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we can tell you the story.
Yeah, we got a story.
We could tell you.
Yeah.
With these girls, I be talking to them and I listen to their stories. I'm like, baby, no. Going down the wrong street. That's not the right block.
Not the block.
Yeah. Let's come back over
here. Come back over here.
Come back over here.
Yes.
And I mean, they'll listen to you because you can tell them, I've been there.
Yeah.
And you can't tell been there how to get there.
No.
That's right.
It's nothing in it. I'm not trying to downplay your degree. But you have not been there. You no.
Not been there.
You have not been there.
No.
Sandy,
absolutely.
I have always.
That's why you all will reach people we never would. Go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to ask a question. How y'all doing over there?
Hi,
How you doing?
how are you? Fine.
Great. How do you evaluate and document the the success of your program?
How do you
Evaluate and document the success of our program.
Yes.
Well, we evaluate the program with the children. This is we sit back and evaluate ourselves first, okay? And then we look at the children that we have, and how we document our program is our program runs every Saturday with children 13 to 17 years old. Okay. We feed those children. We help those children in need. That some of those children, I don't know if they come in hungry, but we don't care. We take care of those children over there. It's a safe haven for them children. It's confident. We keep it confidential over there for them. Those kids, I think those young girls. Now, we asked a question this Saturday about what did we had
it was about what the strengths.
The strengths. We was talking about the strengths with the children. And then we also asked them about us as we being mentors. What do you like about me? You know, because we don't want to be sitting there helping children and they really not feeling us. And they can go home and tell their parents every day, we don't want to come back. So we want to we want them to say how they feel about us. They said some great things. They like the way we interact with them. They like the way we talk with them. They said, we believe that you would keep this in confidence. And a lot of kids these days, they talk about confidentiality. They do not like to open up. They have to be comfortable to open up with people. So I think that's the way the program is. We document it.
And then you have to think about it too. They don't know how. They're on phones all day, and they will text somebody across the room.
Yeah, all the kids now say that school is stressful. I said, I never.
It's stressful because they have to interact with people.
Do you think it's a lot of kids being nonverbal?
They just don't. They're not used to that. Like we would go outside and play, right? Do they don't know the kids on the block.
They don't hopscotch.
No, they don't.
They don't play.
You can't play jump rope because it's not three of y'all.
I've been living in where I stay for 10 years. My son does not know one neighbor. Not one.
Oh, that is something.
Yeah.
And they always
and we knew everybody on the block.
Every kid I run into say school is so stressful. I never knew that school. I said I never had that with school was stressful. And they really mean it. School is stressful.
So when they come to you, they feel like they can just
oh yes.
They feel like they can breathe, they can talk. They have so much
How many girls
fun.
do you have?
And we looking to grow bigger.
So are they predominantly from one area or they come from all over?
They come from all over. We open our arms to everybody.
And we have a licensed social worker too on site.
Yeah, that's on site.
We do activities. Group activities.
So they meet once a week?
Once a week on Saturdays.
Okay. And I know you have a boys program as well.
Yep, that starts May 6th.
May 6th.
Okay. And you know what, Larry, I know this is early, but there's a flyer. Can you put the flyer up for, this is the boys flyer and you're registering them now.
Yeah, right now. I'm empowering him. Yeah.
Okay, so this is for the young men. So if you have young men from 13 to 17, they can come to this. And then there's another flyer there for the young ladies. And this is Empower Her.
Yes.
And so this shows us what they're going to get, leadership and confidence. And, you know, that's so important. I was in corporate America for 40 years, right?
40 years, yeah.
And just to see the people come in, the young people who can't make a presentation in front of anyone else because they lack that confidence.
Yeah.
You know,
and this program is free.
and
you
it's
know?
something that I kind of got from Easter speeches. You know, you're in church,
Oh,
you
yes.
do your Easter speech, you stand in front of a crowd.
Yes.
So now we got to come at another approach to try to get them, you know, maybe in your program, you know, they give a presentation or something, but they got to do this because once they get to corporate, it's a little late.
Yeah, this program, both programs are 6 weeks program, and then the 7th week we do a ceremony and a graduation. So we're going to take them in the 7th week. We're going to the sugar factory. You know, we're going to take them all there to have some dinner, having a good time, invite some people out that helped us. You know, a lot of people helped us, Horatio Foundation and others. I want, you know, some of the people, the mentors that mentor me to come out and just to see how well of a job that me and Tamir is doing. We put a lot to the side. We're doing the prom giveaway.
We got a flyer for the prom giveaway.
Yeah, a lot of people do just the girls. I see fit to do boys and girls because the boys lack too. The families, they be having full rides. The family cannot pay for suits are very expensive now. These kids want to look a certain way. So I kind of try to get the kind of suits that the kids would wear. Like last year, I had a lot of suits. The kids were so happy to get suits, new suits, used suits. As long as they're in good condition, I would take them. We just found out today that we got the 21st and 22nd over at Horatio, but today we got a call while we were sitting here saying that the 22nd we can't use that day. So down there on the flyer, it shows the East 9 Mile. So we're gonna do the 21st over at Horatio Foundation. And the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, the other 3 days we're gonna do on East 9 Mile.
Okay.
So if you guys listening, just know the 21st, you can come to Horatio Foundation. The 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, you can go to East 9 Mile. So yeah, we like for we just said no kids left behind. So we don't.
Yeah, because that's important. But I found out we had one of the pastors here and they had adopted, let's say, the 4th grade at a school. And they, you know, bought them all coats and they all had tags and stuff. A lot of the kids didn't want them.
Why?
Because
they wasn't Mount Clair. They
or
wasn't.
They were like, we don't want to say we taking, you know, my mama can buy me a coat. You know, so how do you all, you know, how are you able to do this with the girls for the prom dresses? You know, it's so many of them out here and you see the prom dresses are $500, you know, $1,000, $1,500, and these parents are going out getting them.
We went to my Bill's prom dress giveaway the other day.
Beautiful.
Those girls were so excited.
Yes, and she's affiliated with our station. Yeah, well, you came on with
and I tell you, those dresses was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful dresses.
And some of the folks was like, no, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to do it. And they showed them on TV. And the girls, they were just crying because the dresses were beautiful.
They were beautiful. They were new. They had tags on them.
Shoes and jewelry.
And it was just, and I told her, this is amazing. This is the first time I ever seen something that's so big. I said, when I grow up, I'm going to be just like you, Ma Belle. She said, it's been 18 years.
Yes, that's Commissioner
So
Alicia
it's only
Bell.
been 5 for me. And that's her and her daughter, Alicia and Ma Belle. I love them both. I met them. I met her too. I met her daughter. And she's doing a wonderful job. She even let us get up and speak about our organization, what we have going on with empowering her and empowering him. So I really appreciate that.
So how do they get in touch with you? If I've got my kid, I need some help with my kid, how can I get in touch and sign my kid up for this?
Go to www.thegodmotherstouch.com.
And also, they can call me at 734-777-1500. So that phone is a business phone. I don't care if the girls have any kind of crisis. I always tell them to call me. I'm gonna always find a safe place, a safe haven for them, get them some kind of help, the young girls. So this is something that I've been doing all my life, is helping people. This is what I like to do. Even though I was in the street and I'm selling drugs, I always thought about people and helping people. This is always what I wanted to do. I knew one day my life will change. You know, it would change. And I feel good that my life changed, because I swear to God, looking over your shoulders and keep looking out that window, I kept cracking the blinds. I was looking out the window so much.
Right, exactly. So now we're looking at the fact that the government said you both have served your time, and you are forgiven. You did what you served your time. So what does forgiveness look like to you? Are you able to forgive yourself?
Yes.
I forgive myself, but I really forgive if the government would just wipe those records clean. So
Yes. It's still
Right.
things that we're not able to do. It's like if you applying for mortgages or jobs or anything. When this question about this felony come up, I'm like, what? What difference does it make?
And see, that's why I think you are in a position to help so many people, because I don't have that hanging over my head, but from experience, listen, I can't get a house, I can't get a mortgage. It's certain
you can't
things.
even rent a house.
Yeah.
Okay, with that felony,
Because
being
people have
behind you.
assumptions, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to cry out to people and tell them your story,
Mm-hmm.
and let them be like, "Oh my God, I feel bad for her. Let me let her get this house." You get tired of have to go to somebody, "Mom, can you please get this house for me?" You don't want to do that all the time. I sometimes I have to plead and just tell my story. It's like, maybe I don't look like what I've been through, but I've been through a whole lot. And you have to sit there and really cry out to people like, I never was born with that silver spoon, but please give me a chance. I'm human. I pay my bills. I just got in trouble. And I got in trouble trying to take care of those children.
Yeah, and you got caught. And I've always been told there's just two classes of people in this world, the caught and the uncaught.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You got caught.
Yeah, I got caught.
I got caught.
So, forgiveness has to be something that we all take a look at, and it's got to be serious in our hearts. Brenda said, our young people need this type of mentoring. Thank you, my sisters.
Thank you. Yeah.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Yes. And Regina asked, she said, are you taking donations?
Oh, yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We
So
take
that's
donations.
at the Godmothers.
So
Yeah.
It's at the www. thegodmotherstouch.com. Thank you so much, Regina.
Thank you. Yes, but we are definitely taking donations. We don't care if it's $1. We'll take it. We're not setting no price on what someone should give us and what should we do. Every day we writing, she's good at writing, trying to get funding for us. We've been trying to get funding forever. She even just got us $500.
From
I'm
Myers.
happy for that.
Yeah, we're so happy for that.
So that'll help.
Thank you,
$500 will help us with Myers for the
because
girls.
a lot of people know, even watching the movie, and I know James asked, about them filming. You all weren't actually in the movie, right?
No, I was just the narrator.
But that was their story.
Yeah, but I had to be there because I had to sit with Remy's mom and so she can feel me and know me. I picked her.
Well, you got a good one.
Yeah,
because I was
did.
like, and then when I saw y'all, I was like, wait a minute, they look alike.
Yeah, so I picked her. At first, Megan Thee Stallion had the story and she had it for 5 months, but she didn't really want to take the story. She didn't want to play that person has been a drug dealer and, and all that type of stuff, which I get it and I respect it. But I said, she held it too long. Give it to somebody else.
Exactly.
And we were trying to figure out who we're going to give it to. And then I said, well, Monique. They was like, no, she's a little older. We want the younger 50. And I'm thinking and I'm thinking and I'm thinking. I said, wow, somebody been in prison that can relate. I said, Remy Ma. Her accent was a little different. Every time I say my son's name, Eric, she said, Eric. I said, Eric. She said, Eric. I said, Eric.
You got to say it in Detroit, Eric.
She be Eric. I mean, like, it was so cute, though. But yeah. So, and Debbie Morgan, she's just a gem. I love that woman. And right now, the day when I reached out to her, she reached by and she always say, 50, you need a series. Someone needs to do a series. I said, yes.
Yeah. And more about how you came out and how you were able to turn things around. Mm-hmm. So when you where did you find faith? Were you incarcerated while you found faith, or?
Yeah, I think my faith came in, and like I said, incarceration, being in there, my children is at home, and I would talk to my children and they'd be like, aren't you tired? My kids would say stuff to me like, again, you going back again? That's so embarrassing. Ooh. And then I found my faith in there when, like I said, when I got that Mercer in that prison and I had to grab that Bible because I seen I didn't have no one. My parents couldn't come up there and come get me, and you doggone show couldn't come to the infirmary and visit nobody. So I just really started getting into my word and learning more. And I grew up in the church with my grandmother, so I don't know why I didn't pick up that Bible then. So it just took me to go to this prison, sit there, and knowing that I'm sick and I can die from this Mercer stuff. And I picked up the Bible, and that's when I said, I got to have faith. I remember that what Grandma said, you got to have faith as small as a mustard seed, right?
Yeah. And and that's why you have to continue to talk to your kids, because they may not seem like they're listening, but it'll get back there. And at some point, it'll bubble back up.
I think so.
So, do you remember the church was it on the east side or west side?
It was on the east side. It was on Mack and Gray. Church and God in Christ.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Shout out.
I used to like to play the tambourine, and I still say I'm going to get me a tambourine to play. But I'm scared to go into church right now with my tambourine and play. They're going to be looking at me.
Why? Oh, you have to come to one of our concerts.
Because I like to play the tambourine.
Oh, yeah, we love that kind of stuff.
Nobody knew that, did they? But yeah, my grandmother had me playing the tambourine. I played it all the time. I knew how to go with it, too.
Oh, I wish I had known. We got a tambourine up in here. We could have played a good tambourine song.
I like the tambourine. I didn't think churches play tambourine. Uh-oh, you got yours.
We got a good song. We'll whip it out. Yes. We got to get you back in church.
Yeah.
Because a lot of folks that are there, they're kind of ashamed that maybe, even their grandkids are in the situation where they need to talk to you all.
Yeah. And my grandson, he gets up. He did a 360. He gets up now. He goes to church on his own. He just get up and go on Sundays.
That's my son.
And then he said,
yeah.
He said he looking for some kind of.
They got to watch the movie.
He looking for a youth ministry or something. He looking for a youth ministry church. I'm like, wow. He did a 360. So yeah, Tamir was in the movie, and she's my best friend, and she had a child with my son, and everybody, they stay on us about that. So your best friend had a baby with your son?
No, I was married to her son.
Yeah, just married. Let's get it straight. Yeah.
Would you say, hey, hold up. Listen, if there's a line, we draw.
Yeah, she was married to my son, and I found out in prison.
Teresa Richards.
Yeah, I do have a question. I guess we can make this my final, and I'll give it over to as a question. We talked about Judge Mathis.
Yeah.
I wanted to know what was the genesis of the movie? Was it something that you wanted to make, or something that they wanted to make, and they found you, thought you would your story would be a good one to tell? How exactly did that come about?
Okay. Well, what happened was I did Trap Queens with Judge Mathis when he came to the table with it because BT Plus had something that you had to give 10 seasons of that, and he came out and he was looking for girls. Actually, it's supposed to have been about a Detroit. It's supposed to have been just all Detroit women. Trap Queens are supposed to have been just Detroit. But a lot of women didn't want to come because a lot of women in Detroit is very private. I'm not telling my business.
telling
I ain't telling
him.
my story. And some of them might have been, girl.
Stay, we still in it.
Yeah, I'm still in the streets, girl. I
Yeah.
can't do that. If I go and do that, then they gonna pop me. Oh, girl, you gonna tell your story? I'm gonna tell my story. So we all got around and we talked about it. And after I got the part for Trap Queens, first season, second episode, a girl out of
I thought you had
Bar-
first episode.
Jamila T. Davis got first
Oh, okay.
episode. She was first episode, and she was out of New York or Jersey. She was out of Jersey. She was first, and then it was me. And I end up getting a call from BET saying, can you come fly out here to Viacom? We want to talk to you about doing a movie on you. And I'm saying, what? So at the time, I had talked to my manager, Glenn, and I said, Glenn, we got to go out to New York. They want to do a movie on me. He was like, that ain't the luck. Get up, let's go.
We say we there.
So we got to Viacom and we sat down there and they was like, we think your story was so interesting and we know it's a lot more to this, right? And so I sat down with John Bodevere and we talked about, my story, my life. And he was like, wow. And they was writing stuff down. And so they gave it over to my friend Gabrielle, which was the writer on there. And me and Gabrielle, because my daughter lived in California. So she lived in California. So me and her, I would go out to California, me and her going to lunch, we back and forth, and we became real close. And right now today, we're real close. She got stacks of papers this high saying, I'd be glad when somebody do a series. This is so much because that's just a little smidget that can really get in the movie. She's like, it's so much in your life that we talked about that didn't get out there. And I just felt like BET was good, but I just think if another network would have picked it up, it would have went a little bit more. It would have ran a series instead of a movie because there's just so much. That was just a smidget.
Yeah, because it kept
them,
my interest.
She told him, she said, I got so much on this. It's just too much to put in. Y'all need to keep going, but.
Yeah, it kept my interest.
Have you put the movies in film festivals?
Well, I don't. They have the licensing for it was BET. Now BET is shutting down now. They are buying Paramount Studios. I think Paramount is buying them now.
You're right.
Remember, I think it was Oprah and Tyler Perry and 50 Cent or Jay-Z or somebody was going in and they made a pact. We're going to buy this Black entertainment. And when they got down there, they flipped the script on them and asked for more money. They was already paying millions. And I think they added on like $10 more million. And Oprah said it's not worth it. So now our Black entertainment is no more. We're not going to have it anymore. They tell us now that if you stream on BT Plus to shut it off because it's not going anymore. And so my movie is going to be licensed out to probably Paramount. And also it's been licensed out to Prime, Amazon Prime.
And and you have to look at things. That might be a good thing.
Yeah, it could be.
You never know. You never know.
Paramount might see it and be like,
things happen
because
for
right
a
now
reason.
I'm still running and not trying to brag or anything, and I'm not getting no money, but it's like Paramount get it, and right now I'm still running #1 because every time they show a Trap Queens, they show my episode first.
Yeah.
They show me, and now they're showing it on BET Her, BET Plus. Now Plus is gone, it's on BET everything now. People be calling me from the prison. I just watched your movie.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we had somebody, Gail, she said it's a new trend the young people are doing. I believe it's called the city takeover.
Yeah.
The mayor said they're going to try and find programs for these young people. Is there any way the city could connect with the Godmother's Table?
Oh, for sure.
Yes, if they listening.
Yes. The city, if you are listening.
Yes.
Yeah, because they've been trying to really turn Detroit into a film state too.
Yes, they did that before, and
Mhm.
then I think Engler is the one that took
he took it away. So I have a friend that's Armin Moore. That's a friend of me, Armin Sharikin. I have a friend Armin Moore too, and they did a movie on him. Angela Bassett husband
Courtney
V. Vance took his story and made that movie 1 in 8 million and 1 in something million. Took my friend's story, and I mean it's public information, but he talked to them about, giving him some money, he can get him the right story, but he just took it and did it themselves and made all kinds of money and didn't acknowledge him at all. And he's 70 years old and he needed some kind of help. He was in prison for 30 years. So this is what they can do. They can just snatch your story and read what they want to read and just, do what they want to do with your story because it's public information.
Yeah, and then, you make sure you got your papers in order. And when they take your movie, you got the original. I sent this to them on this date.
Yeah.
They didn't come out with their story until after they read what.
Yeah. And for sure, I gave them my story. So you're not going to take anything from me. So,
So they want us to invite you all to choir rehearsal. And they want you to come to the women's concert this year. Yeah. So we're going to make sure that we keep you abreast of everything.
Can I play my tambourine?
Absolutely. You got a washboard. We take them too. Just a washboard and a spoon. Yeah, we do all of that. All of that.
Yes,
all of that.
I would love it.
Richard, did you have a question as we get ready to go?
Well, I was going to ask them to talk about the way their family perceived them at the family reunion.
Right now or back then?
Now.
Yeah.
Both? Okay. Well, back then when we went to the family reunion, you found some of my family would be like, here come that. Here come Rhonda. Who they call that big 50 girl. You know that's Joanne Doyle. You know what she been doing. She was in jail.
Clutch the pearls.
So yeah, clutch the pearls. Here she come. I hope she ain't coming with no mess behind her. They be looking around. They love me.
Shooting up there.
Yeah. They love me and embrace it. But
so what they do now?
But now they want me, hey, what you cooking? You making that corned beef?
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah, I could come with no problem.
Yeah,
they ain't talking about me. I used to hear all kinds of stuff they said, but now they know that I've been on the right track. I'm not saying I'm innocent, and I'm not all the way there. I'm not all the way there.
Absolutely.
But Lord know that I'm trying.
We ain't
and
there
with a
either.
little help, from meeting different people. Now that I'm meeting different people and different Christian people and stuff, I ask a lot more questions, and I really want to get into it because I want to go to heaven. That's my one thing that I want to do.
And we can make that happen.
Yes, I want to go to heaven.
Yes.
For you, Tamir?
Family reunions.
Yeah.
So when I go to they be happy to see me. Before, when I would go attend the family reunions, they would like look down upon. Well, I have a story. I had me and my cousins. We grew up together. We were really, 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 really close. They're judges, doctors, and so forth. But when I grew up and I made that left, they disowned me. Yeah, they disowned me, and so that's like, as of today, it's still kind of hard for me to get back at that point with them because of the way they treated me. And
forgiveness.
Yeah, they should forgive me, shouldn't they? But they, it's
and
still
see,
funny.
and the whole thing is that you gotta forgive because it ain't for them.
Right.
It's for you.
Yes.
It's for you.
I'm okay with them, but they still don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you okay?
Do you?
Right. Yeah.
It's like, oh well.
Yeah, because
I'm good.
some people, even in like now, they may not forgive me. They may think, oh, she was so mean back then, or she was some kind of person back then. And it was just like everybody bring up the eye situation. Oh, you put her eye out.
Watch the movie.
You know? So it wasn't, I was a kid. I'm remorseful.
But there was a lot going on in your world.
Yeah, it was a lot
that you did not have anything to do with.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot going on. I
With
mean,
Uncle
we could
and
tell,
all of
yes,
that.
we could tell this story over and over and over and over and over, and there's still gonna be more parts to it. And just like I know you want to know when it came out, we came with those guns. That was definitely a true story. Is because I remember being at a club on Greenfield in Schoolcraft, and we were trying to get some. Me and my friends was trying to get out, and they blocked us in. These guys, we didn't know why they was blocking us in. Now, my friends were saying, "Move your car, move your car," and they was like, "No, we ain't moving our car. We ain't moving our car." I don't know if they were. I knew they were trying to rob us. You know, they was like, and then they started coming up to the door, and we all drew on them like, "This ain't something you want to do. This
You
ain't
don't
what you
wanna
want to
do
do." So we end up racing down Greenfield, trying to get home, and I'm here. I kid you not. That's why I say there's more to the story, because every week someone tried to stop and rob me. Every time I go to get out my garage and walk up to my side door, someone was coming, trying to follow and walk me in, till I would push my kids and nieces in and say, "Go in the basement." I would run upstairs and get my gun and bust straight through my window. They were going back then. The guys would put these stocking caps to disfigure their face.
You preaching to the choir now, because they blocked me in.
Yeah.
4 guys
Yeah,
with the hoods on, and I got carjacked.
Yeah.
That's
how they
before
did.
it became fashionable.
Yeah, they've had those
ski
stocking.
masks.
No, these were stocking caps. You know, when a stocking cap really make your face look disfigured. And they were climbing up this side tree that I had on the side of my house. They were gonna come up through my window, and I remember just getting that gun, and I'm hurting my arm, but I'm letting them have it. And I do remember him grabbing his side, and his friends pulled up in a white car, and I say, "I really can hurt you. I can really kill you." I said, "But you got whoever you are, y'all got to stop." And I remember them picking him up. I let them pick him up because I could have did all of them. You know, but I let them pick him up and take him and drive off with him in the car. And I'd be darned, 2 weeks later, hear somebody come again. They always want to come and rob my house.
Yeah.
That was just ridiculous to me. I didn't understand it, but I'm not going to let nobody just come in and take my life. And I got these kids. We're going to have to be in a fight. We're in a brawl, because I'm not going to end right now today. That's why I live peaceful. I don't have company. I'm by myself, but I'm not going to take no one trying to come in and take my life on no levels.
Yep.
So I guess they'll bring Big 50 back out.
Well, we want to say thank you so much.
Thank you,
DelRhonda. Thank you, Tamara. We really gleaned a lot from this conversation, and we're here to help assist. We put the information about the Godmother's Touch Up. We're also, it's on the website, but we're also going to put it on our Facebook page, the flyers, so that you all can know what's going on. And if you feel led to give a donation, you know what they're trying to do. You know what they're trying to do and who they're trying to reach. So let's do what we need to do. And we want to say thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you, Richard.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, thank you, Richard. Thank you, Teresa. And we also have a flyer about Pastor Janetta Hatcher's birthday. And we will, she's this on April 22nd, so we'll be able to talk about that a little bit later. But plan April 22nd to go and wish happy birthday to Pastor Janetta Hatcher. Thank you all for coming on the show. We love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Yes.
Night.
Thank you, Richard and Teresa. Go watch the movie.
Go watch the movie.
We will.
Elder Rudolph Stanfield.
Hey y'all, what's up? This your girl Coco. I need y'all to check out WVTC Radio Detroit. Yes, WVTC. Say it with me. WVTC Radio Detroit.
You're listening to WVTC Gospel Radio Detroit, and we're flowing in the Spirit.